And what's up, YouTube? We are here today talking about league starters and how do you choose a build. So right now on YouTube, on the forums, on Reddit, anywhere that you go, the Path of Exile official Reddit, the Path of Exile build subreddit, if you go to any of your favorite classes subforum on the PoE forums, everybody right now, we're only a couple of hours away from Incursion dropping. Basically, everybody right now is trying to make last-minute decisions on what build they're going to run. Or, for players who aren't able to play today when the league drops, they're thinking about what builds they're going to get to run over the weekend and going into next week as they start out the league. That's pretty much what the last, say, 12 to 24 hours prior to a league really are focused on is, hey, what are the best, meta league builds to accomplish your goals? So, rather than give you a particular build that I'm going to be playing through or a particular build that I would recommend, what I'm going to do today is just walk you through some tips as you're looking at other guides and other builds. Some things to be on the lookout for, some cues that should tell you whether or not a guide is going to help you do what you want to do at the start of the league. So first off, credit to Malfetus for this beautiful post. So Malfetus says, I've been doing a lot of research in the last day or two and figured I'd compile it all in one place. The goal is to have a single character in League that is also Uber Elder, all content viable. So he gives us his goal right here. Hey, I want to go kill Uber Elder. That's his goal for his build. This is for builds that are developed now for people that want to start their main tune tomorrow, i.e. today, League drop day. I'm sure plenty will be discovered over the next few weeks, but I don't enjoy re-rolling in leagues. What that means to me is the following requirements. The poster has proof provided of Uber Elder and endgame completion, doesn't require legacy, mirror tier, gear, 40x, etc. to do so, decent clear speed, hasn't been hit with nerfs in 3.3, fully accessible at league start tomorrow, and doesn't require a separate league starter tune. And then he goes in and he lists. He does a really good job of just compiling a bunch of different league starters, which is really great. Like if you're just looking for a one-spot hotspot, of a compiled list of different builds that you could start out with, this is a great spot to look at. I would highly recommend perusing each of these different builds if you're just thinking about a build and you're not sure quite yet. And I'm going to post this down in the information below, so you can click on the Reddit link and then you can go and check out all of these different builds. But what we want to do today is say, hey, now that I'm interested in checking out a build and I'm perusing the forums, what can I do to actually really see and dig into, is this build guide a good build guide, and evaluate whether or not this is going to be a build guide that I should follow. So let's jump into the very first couple of tips that we've got. So right here we jumped into one of the builds that was recommended, and this is Wins GC Miner Sabo. So a lot of you that are maybe newer players, you're unfamiliar. When I first started playing PoE, all of these abbreviations confused the hell out of me. So GC means Glacial Cascade, and the Miner Sabo means a miner saboteur, which is an ascendancy class based off of the Shadow. Life MOM is Mind Over Mana, which is a defensive technique, and low life variation. So this means that you can play this build a couple of different ways, and then it's Uber content viable and all content. So it's claiming, hey, this can clear all the bosses in the game, which GC miners are known to do so. So this is the very first thing that we're going to check at. This is the very first build that we're going to look at, and then we're going to give some tips. So here's the very first tip. This is the first thing that I look for when I'm looking at a build. Is the build explained well? That's the very first thing. Is the build explained well? In other words, does it say whether or not it's hardcore viable, softcore viable? Is it built to kill bosses? Is it built as a speed clearer? Is it built as a starter? Is it built as a dream? And hey, it's just the builder is putting it out there and saying, this is what I hope to accomplish and this is what I'm aiming at, but I'm going to need lots of currency and lots of specific gear to get it. So what is the goal of the build? Is it explained well? That's the first thing that I look for. If the build's not explained well, and you can see this as you're looking all over the forums, you're going to see a bunch of different people putting up builds right now, and frankly, some of them are going to be lackluster. Some of them are going to say, hey, here's my hope for the build. They're not going to say in the title whether it's hardcore, softcore, viable. Wins build right here is actually guilty of that. He doesn't say whether it's hardcore or softcore viable, but as you read the build, you're going to see whether or not you're going to want to choose it in hardcore or softcore. But at least in the title, like, this is a big tip, guys. Like, if you're looking to play hardcore and it doesn't say hardcore viable, Like, it doesn't mean that it's not actually hardcore viable, but it means that its designer wasn't taking hardcore into consideration when they were doing it. It wasn't a top priority for them, so you probably need to be careful and maybe even steer away from it. So the second tip is, who made the build? This is just really looking at who's actually the author. Hey, is the author a YouTuber? Do they have clips on Twitch? Do they have any kind of information or background? A lot of this is available on the right side, just above my head here in the video. On the right side of the panel, you see all of their different supporter icons, which is awesome, right? Like, hey, he's a Chimera supporter, Breach supporter, Redeemer supporter, then you've got the Aspirant supporter, Awakening supporter. Like, Wins has been around for a while, and the number that's directly next to their name is the number of challenges completed in the current or previous league. So right now, because we're in between leagues, this is bringing in the most recent league. But Wins has done 40 out of 40 challenges. So if you're wondering, okay, does this player know what they're doing? You look at Wins and you go, well, he got 40 out of 40, so he plays a lot of PoE. He knows what he's doing. When you compare this to this guy right here, this is, right, you see how the number is different? 36. 36 still gets you all 3 rewards from a challenge league. So again, when you're looking at somebody's build, you go, hey, is this somebody that's completed a whole bunch? Here's a duelist build. This is by Kiss Me Quick. He's only been around for a little bit. He supported for Harbinger, he supported for Redeemer, and then he supported for the Alpha Harpy. So he's been around for a while, but the most recent league, he only completed 16 challenges. So that's up to you if you want to say, okay, is this somebody that's been around for a long time and really knows their stuff? Are they playing the game recently? There are a lot of people who are alpha supporters and have been around for a long time, but maybe they're not presently keeping up with things in PoE. Maybe they're just now coming back. And so sometimes you'll see posts on the forums or on the subreddit, and you'll go, this is just an out-of-date concept, and it really has been nerfed. Maybe not in this league, but it's been nerfed in leagues past, and so it's kind of dangerous if you want to trust it as your build. The third tip is, does the build have videos displaying gameplay? So this is one where Kiss Me Quick does a great job. So you can see these GIFs here. So he's showing you, hey, look, this is what my character looks like. He's showing off here. He's saying, hey, take a look. This is me taking down the Shaper. So you actually know, hey, if you want to go take down Shaper, this is a build that has done it. Like, he's done this. He's gone and killed him. There's the drop. Like, there's not somebody else carrying him through the clear. It's him doing it with this build, okay? So having videos included is a huge, huge deal. Having a YouTube playlist of your different kills is a great tip. Like, look for YouTube videos. This isn't just about, hey, can the build accomplish what you say it accomplishes? A lot of the time, to me, as I'm looking at a build guide, I'm wondering, what does this skill actually look like according to the build guide? Like, what is it that the gameplay looks like? Is this a fast build and it looks fast? What are the aesthetics of the skill? Like, does it look like it's fun? Is it an aim lock skill? Am I going to be shield charging around or whirl blading around and then stopping to attack? Is it an auto bomber and I'm simply just going to be AFK running around and using my movement ability? What does the build actually look like? So does the build have videos displaying its gameplay? Then the fourth thing you want to look for is, can the build be a league starter? So a lot of the time, build guide creators will tell you in the content some pros and tips, and they're going to tell you, hey, what's the cost? Okay, what's the cost of this? The pros of this particular build right here, hey, it can do everything, it's safe, it's mind over matter, which means it's safe, it's beginner and league starter friendly. Boom, this is what we're looking for right here. If it says something like, well, you need some specific gear, you need a specific unique, you need some really good rolls on a 6-link rare that's got tier 1 on 2 different rolls, like, that is not a league starter friendly. Like, something that says, hey, you know what, you could clear a bunch of this stuff on a 4 or 5 link. Hey, you don't even need a tabula rasa and you can blow stuff up. That's great. Beginner and league friendly. That's the fourth thing. How much is gear? Like, that's the way how you read that. If there's just a bunch of really expensive gear on the build, not something you should consider at the start of the league. Maybe that's a goal for the league, but not at the start. Fifth tip, does the build have a leveling guide? You'll notice as you're jumping through a lot of different guides, they'll have a section dedicated just to leveling. Right here he says, no uniques are required as this build is fine for league start. But if this isn't your first character of the league, then these will make the process easier, okay? This is the best description that you can possibly have. In other words, you can level with this and it's going to be fine. But ways that can improve your leveling process are these uniques here that may come available throughout the league. That's like the best description that you can have for leveling. It's telling you, hey, if you want to go faster, here's ways to do it, but you don't have to do this. And he's going to go through and walk around and show you, hey, this is how I level through my character. this is why it is an easy process, and here are the different decisions. Also, as a side note, does it include bandits? This is literally what I do. I just hit Control F and go, hey, does this build include bandits in it? And yes, it does. He's got the bandits right here under his Ascendancy section. A lot of builds will actually forget to include the bandit choices. A lot of builds will simply put, get 2 points or kill all, but they won't actually say, hey, bandits, do bandits. Like, make sure that if you're looking for a build guide that they say something explicitly about bandits, whether or not you should kill them, whether or not you should help a specific bandit or not. Some builds, and for some of you players that have played PoE for a long time, you'll just know instinctually what kind of build you're doing and whether or not you need to kill a specific bandit to get their bonus, or whether you're just going to go for the extra passives. Either way, it's just helpful in a build guide, and it's an evaluative method. Like, if a build guide does not have bandits included, it means I got to go out and do more work. It means that I've got to theory craft, okay, which one do I want to kill, or do I just want to kill them all? Like, for a build guide to be something that I'm going to want to look at and really consider, this is not the #1 thing that I'm looking for, but it's on there. It's number 6 or number 5. Okay, so number 6, does the build give a template for your gold? So, in other words, read this as, is this build like fun? Is this a fun build or not? So a lot of the times this is where you're relying on videos. This is where you're relying on these GIFs, on these different images that are going to say, yep, this is a build I want to do. Like, if you want to play Glacial Cascade Miner, and this is the look that you want to have for your character, if you want to look like you're like throwing ice caps at everybody, like bada boom, play Wins GC Miner Sabo, like, because that's what it's going to look like. Is it fun? If that's your goal, is like, hey, a particular aesthetic, then you can see that. If your goal is a particular boss, then a good guide is going to show you, yep, all content, all bosses viable. Here, I've killed Elder, I've killed Uber Ziri, I've killed Shaper, you can do it. Right? So whatever your goal is at the start of the league, even if it's simply, hey, I just want to farm some currency and get started with some just really basic currency, and this is my league starter, and like next week or in 2 weeks I'm going to swap over to another build, that's totally fine. But again, you want to be looking for, can this build then get to maps fairly quickly, and can it farm through maps fairly quickly and have good clear speed, even without a bunch of uniques or a bunch of high-end gear. Like, again, whatever it is that you're considering as fun, whatever it is that your goal is for the beginning of the league, that's what you want to evaluate a build on. Does this build cater to what my goals are? Yay or nay? So that's 6 tips as you're looking at different build guides. Hopefully over the next couple hours, as you're just waiting for Incursion PoE 3.3 to drop, hopefully some of these tips are helpful. What are your tips? What would your tips be? What would you want to share with the community? Leave a comment down below and let us know, what are your tips as you're looking and evaluating build guides and making a decision on what you're going to play for Incursion League. I'm still not going to tell you what I'm going to play for Incursion League, because I just don't want it to get nerfed secretly. I'm paranoid about that sort of stuff. I know, right? That's like utter paranoia. Oh no, one person said one thing about his build, it's going to get nerfed. But totally paranoid. There's no benefit to me putting out there what I'm going to play until I start playing it. So anyway, what are you going to play at the start of PoE Incursion 3.3? And leave us a comment down below. Let us know, what are your tips when you're checking out different build guides?